Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm going to be showing you the Gospel of Luke from Kindred. So one of the fun things about doing Bible Review Blog is that I sometimes get contacted by publishers and they say, hey, we've got this thing coming out, would you like to check it out? And I usually go to their website and check it out, and if it's a good fit for me, I say yes, and if it's not, I say no. And in the case of Kindred, the Gospel of Luke's coming out, and Mark from Kindred sent me an email, and I clicked on the link to the website, and it took me like less than a second to go, yes, I want to check this out. Just really looks cool, a really different way to do the Bible, and they've already released the Gospel of Mark, and now the Gospel of Luke is coming out, and they've got a bunch of new books of the Bible coming out this year. They're really beautifully done. Another thing I like is that this is a Catholic organization, and you know what? I'm not Catholic, but I have a lot of friends and family members who are, and I often think we tend to highlight the differences between us, Catholics and Protestants, more than the similarities, and particularly doing the review of the Word on Fire Bible last year just allowed me to interact with a ton of really awesome Catholic folks, and so I love that this is another product from the Catholic family that has the imprimatur from the Catholic Church that uses a Catholic translation, but it's also something that you don't have to be a Catholic to get something out of it. It's just beautifully done. It's a really cool design, really neat way to study the Bible. So that's what I'm here to do with Bible Review Blog, is to help you find a Bible that's right for you. So whether you're Catholic or Protestant, or you don't even consider yourself a Christian, but you want to find something cool to engage with the Bible, this could be a really great way for you to do that. So before we dive in, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel so you can see more videos like this, and if you have questions about this as I go through it, leave a comment and I will get back to you. All right, here we go. The Gospel of Luke from Kindred. Okay, here we have the Gospel of Luke from Kindred. Really beautiful. I've actually got it side by side with Mark. Mark is already available. They're going to be releasing several of these this year, lots of different books of the Bible individually at a time. Really beautiful, like this soft cover. It's got a glossy, full color cover on it. As far as size goes, this is an A4 paper size, which means that it's 8¼ inches wide and 11¾ inches tall. So it's not quite an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. It's just a little bit thinner than that on the width and a little bit taller than that on the height, but it's a really comfortable size. You can see that Luke is going to be significantly thicker than Mark because it's a longer book, but just show you the marks. You see that kind of glossy, soft cover finish, really clean on the side. Just says the Gospel according to Mark. There's the back of it. These are perfect bound, sewn bindings, so you can see that it's just really well constructed. Perfect binding makes it real clean all the way around the edges, these square cuts. And you'll notice that when you open it, you can lay it flat and kind of give it a little bit of a push and it'll stay there, and it looks really, really sharp. So let's just go ahead and focus on the inside. I'm going to move Mark to the side so we can focus on Luke here. So you open this up, and on the inside you get your copyright information, Kindred. These are printed in China. There's their information. Over here you get the information about the New American Bible Revised Edition. And then there's the information I mentioned. I think I'm saying that word right, the imprimatur, essentially saying that this is approved by the Catholic Church. That's one of the Catholic translations of the Bible. And then you get the Luke introduction. So it's really clean. You see just kind of like very, very nice attention to the detail and graphic design in this. If you're a person who loves design, and just look how beautiful that is. So great imagery. The Gospel of Luke. This is the introduction. So you just get a real clean introduction to each book of the Bible with Kindred. I love that. You get a table of contents here, all of your different sections of Scripture. And then each chapter has this real clean, fresh start. Luke chapter 1. And so then you get into it, the announcement of the birth of John. So what you're going to notice is the text is going to be a 10-point font. It's very clean. I'll bring this up so you can see it. It's 10-point font. It's spaced really well. Actually, I think I skipped a page. There we go, the prologue. 10-point font, spaced really well, bold verse numbers, and then you get an accent color that's leading you to the footnotes and the cross references. One thing about Kindred is that they include the entire text of Scripture, including the cross references and the textual notes. So you're getting the entire NAB Revised Edition for each book of the Bible, which I think is really cool. And so this is a slightly smaller font. You see on this page where it's a white background, they use red letters. That's kind of their go-to, is black for the text and red for the textual notes. But you get everything in there, and then you get offset with pictures. Now you'll see they change that up a little bit when they go to a writing on a darker color, and so they have a different format. So here in chapter 1, that's just a little bit shorter section, you have the text right there. Over here, you have the text on the left side. It goes over to the right side, and then the notes are all down here. I love a page like this, the announcement of the birth of Jesus. You're getting kind of to your next passage of scripture, so you have the text on this side and then the notes over here on this side of the page. That kind of feels really well designed and thoughtful. I like the pages like this a lot. Again, very easy to read, very comfortable 10-point font for the main text. And then you come over here to your footnotes, your cross references, all of those sorts of things. Really beautifully designed. As you can see, each passage or pericope of scripture has a new section. So it's giving you one passage at a time with a new heading and a new layout, new photos. There you can see the sewn binding on the inside. It's just marching your way through the Bible with all of its beautiful imagery soaked into it. And they've designed it where it's not just like a stock design where the words are always going to appear the same way. It changes, and see, like, look at this page. Wow, totally different. And I think that's really cool. It just shows that they've got a great graphic designer, or probably a team of graphic designers who are thoughtfully piecing this together. And then again, your clean page to start chapter 2. Kindred says that they want the Bible to be accessible and reflective. And I think that's really interesting, because accessible, it is very modern. This is something that's going to look really great sitting on your coffee table or on your bookshelf, and it's a really different way to get one book of the Bible at a time. It's not perhaps as overwhelming for people, maybe if they're new to Scripture, to pick up an entire Bible and wonder where to go. So I like that. It's accessible, it's different, it's beautifully designed, it's modern, but it's also really reflective because of these beautiful images that they put in here, and the fact that each passage of Scripture comes one at a time. So you have time to kind of soak in it and really dive in a little bit deeper and take your time to reflect on the words of Scripture. I really love that. I really love it. Another thing I love is that the photos are, what they say in their materials is that there are no man-made elements. So it's all natural images of nature and creation. And I think that kind of evokes the creative spirit of God. And I really enjoy that it just kind of allows me to think about things and to see creation as the words of Scripture are unfolding. There's a lot of people who are visual learners. I learned that a lot in my time in youth ministry, that sometimes when you talk at a kid or an adult as well, or you ask them to read something, they can learn something. But a lot of times adding in imagery and creating a visual element really helps people soak things in. I just love this. It's, again, really well designed, very beautiful. As I said, I'm not super familiar with the NAB RE, so I like something like this because it just allows me to engage with a different translation of Scripture and to see the words in a new way. So really great photography, really great design, and then it just marches the way through the Bible, piece by piece, going all the way through each passage. For me, this is a cool tool. I shared in my video where I talked about how I study the Bible, that I like to start, if I'm doing a book study, by reading the entire book at one time. And this is a great tool to do that. You just say, hey, I'm going to read the Gospel of Luke. I'm going to study this for the next few weeks. So now I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to read this entire thing in one sitting, or it's probably going to take you a couple hours. So maybe half of it in the morning and half of it in the evening, and really soak in immersively. And this is a great way to do that, with just the beautiful imagery. And one of the things I noticed, I got here to the end and I saw the passage about Jesus' ascension. And I just thought, man, that's such a beautiful image. That, to me, is what this is all about, is you're reading the text and you have this image that's evoking something about the text. I think it's really well balanced and well designed, and it makes for a really pleasurable reading experience. So get to the end, it's just clean, white pages at the back. So you're getting the entire text of the Gospel of Luke, the New American Bible Revised Edition, including all the cross-references and the footnotes. You're getting these beautiful images, and you're getting it in this really cool size, beautifully designed. Again, it'll look great on your coffee table, but it's also really practical and useful. And yeah, I think their words of it being accessible and reflective are spot on. This is a great Bible product that I think could be really meaningful and useful to a lot of people. So there you have it. It's the Gospel of Luke from Kindred. Very, very beautiful, fun, unique, different way to read and study the Bible. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this. Definitely check them out online. I'll put a link in the description. They've given us a special discount code for Bible Review Blog fans, so thank you to Kindred for doing that. So you can get a discount if you visit their website. The Gospel of Mark is available. The Gospel of Luke is coming out right now, and they've got more of these coming out over the course of this year, so definitely check them out. You can always visit BibleReviewBlog.com and see a full write-up of this, the latest reviews of everything I've done, as well as more great photos. Definitely check us out on Instagram and Facebook. There's a great Bible Review Blog community out there on social media. And once again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more great content like this. I've got some great new videos coming your way very soon. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.